Hello and welcome back to Old Truthford, the home of honestly biased sports content. How are we doing, folks? Ethan Johnson in the chat, I see you. How you doing, man? Let's get into the good stuff. So, tonight we will be covering all of the latest Manchester United news from the past 2 days. Missed the stream yesterday due to unforeseen circumstances, but we back. So let's go over the latest and greatest. Starting off with, is it going to come up? Maybe not. Starting off with, yesterday was the remembrance of Sir Matt Busby. We lost the great Sir Matt Busby on the 20th of January 1994, never forgotten. Now, I think for a lot of United fans, we don't really appreciate these legends as much as we should, but something which might help that is Manchester United appear to be signing away a TV series deal with Lionsgate, who are obviously like a pretty well-known company or production company, and apparently we're going to be creating a Crown-esque TV show. If you guys are familiar with it, with the Crown, you know, the whole royal family, and I think it's going to be going through the glory days of Manchester United. But I'll go through the actual story a little later on. Suhan in the chat, yeah. How you doing, Suhan? Dealing with winter in the Midwest, says Ethan Johnson. Sweet Jesus. Good to hear that you're good, Suhan. Good to hear. Now, let's go through the latest over the past 2 days. So, Yan Diomande has attracted interest from United and Tottenham. RB Leipzig's asking price is 100 million euros or more. And Red Bull director Oliver Mintzlaff insists he will stay in Germany. Now, personally, guys, I just don't see the need for £100 million pound. Is he a winger or is he playing as a right wing back? Let's look at Yan Diomande's profile just real quick. So, Yan Diomande, this season he's mainly played as a left winger, but can play as a right winger as well. I mean, he's only 19 years old, so he could improve, but 100 million euros for a 19-year-old, that doesn't sound like Manchester United. So unless that price goes down, I can't see us being involved in that deal, if I'm being perfectly honest. Damn, could only dream of the snow over here. RIP Sir Matt Busby. Yeah, don't really need Diomande. He's like a left winger. I don't understand why we continue to get linked with him, because I just don't really see why we would need someone in that position. I mean, we've seen Ahmad play in the left wing this season against Tottenham. We've seen Ahmad play in the right wing. We've seen Dorgu, who's like resurging right now. So, like, I mean, do we really need to spend 100 mil on on another winger. I don't know. Hello, admin. Hello, Double I. How you doing, man? Hope all is well. Manchester United are not planning to make signings this window. However, if a long-term target becomes available or a rival makes a move for one, United would need to act, with Michael Carrick consulted for his views. It'd be interesting to see who our targets actually are, because I want to know who we're going to be forced to move in for if one of our rivals go in for them. Tyler Fredrickson is expected to attract loan interest from clubs in the EFL and Europe's top divisions. I mean, barring the Grimsby game, Fredrickson has looked pretty good when he's played. So, I mean, that's only natural. He does look like he's got a lot of composure on the ball. So, good news for Fredrickson, I guess. Gives him some more exposure, given the fact that Aiden Heaven has firmly secured his place in the first team squad, so I guess that room there's no room for another centre back. And with us moving away from Ruben Amorim's three at the back, it does make sense that a lot of centre backs at the club now would be loaned out. Spending £100 million on a player without a permanent manager is the height of stupidity. I hope that doesn't happen. I also just don't know what long-term targets other than maybe Belabor would want to come to United in the current state that it's in, where we don't even know who the full-time manager will be. I mean, I'm guessing that whole statement is only in relation to Carlos Belabor. Like, if Liverpool came in for him, or maybe City, then maybe we'd be forced to act, but I can't see it being centred around any other players. Ajax have made an inquiry over Manuel Ugarte, but at this stage a deal is considered unlikely. They have been looking at a loan, but Manchester United have so far declined Ajax's proposal. Yeah, I don't think Ugarte is going anywhere in this transfer window, but I would almost bet money that he'd be getting sent away in the summer. Some more Ruben Amorim news. I mean, just to flog a dead horse, or whatever the saying is. Senior Manchester United figures were unhappy with Ruben Amorim's criticism of Patrick Dorgu. Dorgu has responded in training, aiming to prove Amorim wrong. A source said he does loads of extras and credited him for working really hard. There's been a focus on improving his crossing, with emphasis on perfecting his technique during sessions at Carrington. I mean, personally, if the player doesn't have a problem with it, and if the coach is happy to give the stick, then I don't know why senior Man United figures would be unhappy. I mean, it's like you've brought in this manager to manage the team in a certain way, so like to then say that you're unhappy with how they're managing it or how they're communicating, it makes it a bit weird. Also, I think Dorgu was one of the players to give a farewell post to Amorim, so he clearly didn't take it all to heart or all too seriously. So again, it's just a bit of easy PR, isn't it, really, to say like, oh yeah, the higher ups weren't happy with the criticism that Dorgu was getting. I mean, poor Dorgu. Dorgu's a victim, and Amorim is the villain in this story. But yeah. We're not signing anybody in January, let's be honest. When are we playing this week? We're playing Sunday. Pretty much all of our games are like a week apart now. Amorim feels like he left for a year or something, but in reality, it's just about 3 weeks long. That's because so much has happened in between those times. But yeah, it does feel like Amorim was a year ago. What else do we have? Bruno Fernandes, along with other members of United's senior leadership team or group, spoke to Patrick Dorgu following Ruben Amorim's criticism. Dorgu also received support from players closest to him in the dressing room: Aiden Heaven, Lenny Yoro, and Kobbie Mainoo. I mean, do you need support? Like, I mean, your manager has just said that, like, oh, okay, it looks like when you're in a defensive position, like, it feels like there's anxiety. It feels like you're nervous on the ball. And I think Dorgu himself, I mean, if he like reflects on his performances, would say, yeah, there was a lot of anxiety. I mean, don't get me wrong, guys. We all know, we all watched Dorgu when he played left wing back. Like, he was nowhere near the player that he is right now, playing as a left winger or a right winger. So I mean, come on, Dorgu. Like, I don't think this is Dorgu's problem. I don't think this is Amarim's problem. I think this is just the board trying to make out that Amarim was toxic or something, even though he's without a doubt probably one of the most liked ex-managers among the players. Well, I'm off then. I just thought I'd drop in and say hi. Thanks for dropping in, Suan. Godspeed, mate. Have a nice night, man. United are considering an IMAX-style digital season ticket that would allow fans to stream matches from a specific section of Old Trafford. United are well placed for the project due to their technology sponsorships. I still don't know what any of that means. I don't know if that means if like you go, I don't know, maybe you can come to Old Trafford when there's not a game on, when there's not a Manchester United game on, and you can just go in the stadium and watch other Premier League games, maybe. But yeah, very, very odd one. Jamie Carragher, Michael Carrick. First off, let's see what you said, Ethan. Dorgu gets 60k a week worth of support. He'll be fine. Yeah, I know. I mean, it's just so weird. Like, I don't understand how the management can go so far back on their appointment and say, like, Ruben Amorim was being mean to Dorgu or something. Like, it's very forced. Dorgu transition is reminding me of a certain Welsh fullback who turned into one of Europe's finest wingers. I mean, he keeps. I personally don't see it. Until he starts scoring like. Well, he did score that one wonder goal, didn't he? But I think it was against Newcastle. But unless he keeps scoring wonder goals like that, I'm not seeing the Bale comparisons personally. Double I. Let's see what Jamie Carragher has been spouting then on Michael Carrick. I don't believe Man United can win the league with Michael Carrick as manager, or Chelsea can win the league with Liam Rosenior as manager. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I'm giving my honest opinion of what I feel and what they have done in the past. You have to be really special. Think of the managers who have won the Premier League. 99% of them are special, and I think Carrick lacks that. I might be proven wrong, but that is why I will take Carrick out of that. So, people, to give Jamie Carragher a bit of credit here, I will say that Jamie Carragher's not saying in the context of Carrick or Rosenior will win the league this season, but I think he's saying they just do not have the ceiling to win a Premier League. It doesn't matter how many years they're at Man United or Chelsea, they will not win a Premier League. So some people were taking this as like, nobody said United were going to win the league this season, but he's talking in generally, can they win a Premier League while at Manchester United or respectively at Chelsea? And I think you can kind of see what he means, but given the fact that he hasn't really seen too much of Carrick at United, other than the fact that he's undefeated at Manchester United so far as interim coach, I don't think it's I think it's way too early to say. Like, I don't understand how Jamie Carragher can say Michael Carrick isn't a special coach when he handed Pep Guardiola his biggest XG defeat ever at Manchester City. So I think in one way what he's saying makes a lot of sense, but then in another way it's a bit too soon, in my opinion. And I think that's why he's caveated it at the end by, I might be proven wrong, but yeah, I think it's just a bit of nonsense from Jamie Carragher, if we're being completely honest. Folks, if you are new to the channel, drop a like, subscribe if you are new, get involved in the chat. But all in all, I think we just have to wait and see, don't we? I mean, like, one thing that I do have in mind when it does come to Michael Carrick and how I can see it potentially playing out is if Michael Carrick does just like completely turn us around, gets us top 4, and maybe even gets us 3rd or something like that, with the games that he has available. What I can see happening is Manchester United giving Michael Carrick an 18-month contract and his backroom staff, and then saying, okay, maybe we acknowledge that you are not going to be the person that wins us for Premier League. But what we do know is that you're a safe pair of hands. You will continue developing the squad, and Carrick might be seen as the guy before the guy. So I think it would be entirely possible for Carrick to get us in the top 3, show really good attacking football, United DNA and all of that, and then the club to offer him an 18-month contract. If Tuchel, for example, says, oh, okay, I want to stay in England until the Euros, or I don't know, there's no other better alternative. And then we bring in a proper manager to just get us over the line and win us a Premier League, should things turn slightly sour with Michael Carrick towards the end of the 18-month spell. That's how I see things personally likely to play out. Because even if you look at Ole's time, Ole didn't destroy the club, did he? I mean, realistically, Ed Woodward destroyed the momentum that Solskjaer was bringing with the club. I mean, Solskjaer built into the club. He brought in Bruno Fernandes. I mean, got us a second place finish. And yeah, we may say, oh, okay, Solskjaer wasn't the man to win us a Premier League. But I feel like other than a few signings that were just rotten because of Ed Woodward, like Donny van der Beek, like Cristiano Ronaldo, like, who else? Those are the two that come to mind, but there are probably more. And a bunch of loan deals, just a bunch of loan deals and all of this, just stop gaps. I mean, they're not really building a squad. I think history's going to repeat itself, but this time, Sanchez, yep, that's another good one, Ethan. I think history's going to repeat itself, and Carrick will get offered an 18-month contract or something like that, or maybe 2-year contract, something like that, at United. And they might see him as, oh, okay, we can work with this guy. He's going to play a style of football that we like. He's impressed with his interim 6-month or whatever it is, 4-month time at the club. And yeah, I don't see anything wrong with that. I don't see anything wrong with that, because then 2 years down the line, maybe a Conte is available, maybe a Tuchel is available after the Euros with England, maybe Enrique is more interested in joining United at that point because we've got a bit of a structure. I feel like we'll be in a much stronger position if we do that, should Michael Carrick get the results, as opposed to if, say, we scrape top 4 and then we bring in another big name manager and they want things done a specific way and they have to deal with the fact that they are still building a squad. And yeah, I think having Michael Carrick as a long-term kind of interim coach would only benefit Manchester United. Should he perform well until May? I'll caveat it with that, but that's how I see things going. A guy that hasn't won a Prem, talking about what a Premier League manager looks like is hilarious. Yeah, I think it's just lazy. I think it's just lazy, to be fair. What he's saying. All he's saying is 99% of them are special. Yeah, but we literally hired the special one, Jose Mourinho, and he couldn't win a Premier League title. So I think I don't know with Carragher. What up, son? Keith in the chat. How you doing, Keith? Hate to be a Debbie Downer in Carragher's case, but nobody ever said Ranieri could win the league with Leicester, and he did. This man's salty because Danny Drinkwater has a medal and he don't. Sounds about right. Sounds about right. Top what, admin? Top what? Admin are conscious of what you're saying. What do you mean? I think we could get top 3. Think about it. Aston Villa have to play Champions League football. They're starting to teeter now. The entire season they've been outperforming their attacking output. We've been underperforming it. And I think Carrick now putting the players into positions where maybe they're more comfortable, all of a sudden we're actually going to make the most of this XG that we've been creating. So I'm feeling pretty confident, you know. I'm feeling pretty confident. Sanchez, Di Maria. I'd like De Zerbi if Carrick doesn't work out. I actually want Carrick to stay. I'm not gonna lie. I do want him to stay. I want Ole vibes again, and I feel like Carrick is gonna bring that. I think he's probably learnt from his time being Ole's assistant coach, because he will have learned from the mistakes that Ole made. So then maybe if you correct a few of those mistakes, maybe we do challenge for a Premier League title. I don't know. Don't know if that's crazy, but I think I don't know. Like, that's just the way that we beat Manchester City, guys. I don't think we're like hyping it up enough. Like, there's winning 2-0 against Manchester City at home, and then there's giving Pep Guardiola his biggest XG defeat ever. Like, for reference, people are saying, oh yeah, Man City on the slide against Bodo Glimt or whatever. And maybe they are, because, I mean, somehow Bodo created more XG than them in that game. But nobody has dominated Manchester City like we did in that game. Nobody. Playing winning football, playing football the board likes. I like De Zerbi. I mean, De Zerbi, he does seem like a bit of a loose cannon. I'll give him that. But I feel like, I don't know, I just want the next manager to come into something a bit more stable. Whereas if a new manager came in the summer, I feel like they'd just be coming into more unease, more on edgeness, more unreliability, uncertainty, just not good. In November, Patrick Dorgu milled about Carrington's second floor to fulfill a sponsorship duty. He was yards away from a press conference room, blissfully unaware that his manager had just knifed him. I mean, come on. That is such dramatic language. I mean, Ruben Amorim has apparently knifed Dorgu by saying, you can feel the anxiety every time Patrick touches the ball. I can feel the anxiety. You know what the press are doing? The press are really trying to make this out to be like a Luke Shaw, Jose Mourinho situation. But, like, come on. I'm not even going to entertain the rest of that story, but, like, it's just useless. I mean, Patrick Dorgu has character and demonstrated steeliness to shake off Amorim's criticism in November, which might have caused greater harm to a 21-year-old without the same mental fortitude. Oh, play the silent violin. Play the violin. Like, what is this? Instead of sulking, Dorgu was trained to prove Amorim wrong. A source said Dorgu does loads of extras. Yeah, okay. We're on our third manager and second director of football since Ineos got here. There is no stability. That's what I'm saying, though, man. Stick with Carrick. Get Champions League football. If Carrick does get Champions League football, or even third this season, then I'm willing to somewhat give Jason Wilcox a little bit of credit, because they had to get this appointment right with the interim coach to get us Champions League football, and it looks like it's worked out so far. So far, one game in. But they had to get it right, and if we do end up finishing third, then they did get it right. So that's all I'll say on that. Rio Ferdinand on Kobbie Mainoo. I think we've got to appreciate the pressure on his young shoulders going into that City game, based on all the noise surrounding him for months, the magnitude of the game, and he's come in and put in a performance like that. That tells you he's got balls of steel, he's confident, and he's got it. He has got it in spades, because that ain't an easy task. Shout out to Kobbie Mainoo. Thierry Henry praising Bruno Fernandes here. This guy is not playing football, he's thinking about it. That's a different ball game for me. He doesn't just pass the ball for the sake of passing it. This guy thinks. He made that happen. Yes, I know people will say it's easy. It is not easy. So yeah, I mean, Premier League legend giving Bruno Fernandes credit there. To play devil's advocate, if we get Champions League football, what big players would come to United to play for Carrick? I think if they see the type of football we're playing, Ethan, I mean, Balaba's a certainty. Like, he 100% wants to join United. But does it open the door to maybe a... I mean, actually, do we even need an Anderson if Mainoo keeps playing the way he's playing? I mean, all we would need is a Balaba, maybe a backup striker for Sheshko, couple wingers, maybe. Definitely a Delo replacement. So I'm saying go right back, Balaba, and maybe another centre back. We need 2 Balabas. But then where does Kobbie Mainoo go then? If we're going to get 2 Balabas. Oh, actually, no, I get what you mean. We need 2 Balabas because Casemiro's going to probably leave as well, isn't he? Okay, so we need 2 Balabas. We need a good Balaba. We need like a... I'm happy to be a squad player Balaba. And another striker. Yep, agree with that. We need a backup striker. So I'd go striker, right back, 2 midfielders, and then I'd be happy with that. I'd be happy with that transfer window. That'd be like a 7.5 out of 10. But then if they got one more player, then that would be like, okay, we need to do something serious here. Manchester United have been offered the... So speaking of midfielders, Manchester United have been offered the chance to sign Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Talks are only exploratory at this stage, but Loftus-Cheek is keen to return to the Premier League after struggling for game time at AC Milan this season. I don't know how happy I would be with Loftus-Cheek, because from what I remember, I think he's got a pretty dodgy injury record. So, yeah, I'm not a big fan of that link. United have also discussed Wilfred Ndidi, who's currently at Besiktas. The former Leicester midfielder is Besiktas' captain, but has aspirations to return to England one day for both football and family reasons. Okay, Ndidi could work. United have granted Mazraoui extra time off after his AFCON campaign. Mazraoui is expected to report back to Carrington by the end of the week and could still make the squad versus Arsenal. Cunha practicing some BJJ in case Bernardo Silva tries to mess with him. Let's pause this so it's not copyrighted. But people are making a big thing about this, you know, guys. There's a clip going around of just Kobbie Mainoo pretty much, who appears to be mouthing, Bruno, we've got the ball up there, let's keep it. Bruno! Oh, I don't know if I'm going to go frame by frame. Let's keep it. I don't know. Like, I mean, people are saying he said that. He could have said something completely different. But either way, I mean, I think this is quite a normal clip for like teammates to be telling things to each other. So I don't know. I don't know why it's been blown up, but you know. Jamie Carragher's 4-man shortlist for Man United's managerial shortlist. Luis Enrique, Julian Nagelsmann, Thomas Tuchel, Eddie Howe. I don't think Eddie Howe should be on this list. I think Eddie Howe should take over the England job when Thomas Tuchel leaves. Luis Enrique, Julian Nagelsmann, Thomas Tuchel. I feel as though, again, maybe... I just think Thomas Tuchel and Enrique are probably going to want to come in when it's more steady at United. So I think I'm personally going with my theory that Carrick stays for like another 18 months if he gets us top 3. The United hierarchy are a bit frustrated with the level of criticism that former players are levelling up the current squad. That's because, I mean, people like Paul Scholes and Nicky Butt are just absolute pagans. Michael Carrick would have been a contender to take charge of Tottenham on an interim basis had he not already taken over at Manchester United. Do you know what I'm thinking about as well with like Paul Scholes and Nicky Butt? Can you imagine Sir Bobby Charlton or Sir Matt Busby or all of these people coming out into the media and like slating current players? It's actually insane when you think of it like that. But the Man United hierarchy are frustrated with them, rightfully so. Michael Carrick would have been a contender to take charge of Tottenham on an interim basis had he not already taken over at Manchester United. You snooze, you lose, Spurs. You snooze, you lose. Sekou Kone, upcoming central defensive midfielder in the ranks of Manchester United, is still training with Lausanne Sport. Having featured in a friendly tie, any decisions over a possible loan are unlikely to be made until the end of the month. So we'll keep you updated on that to see what's going to happen with Sekou Kone. Bruno Fernandes becomes the first player to create 4 big chances against Pep Guardiola's City side. Wow, in the Premier League. So Bruno Fernandes, man, breaking records every day. And this is a bit of a conspiracy theory, guys. But I'm going to put on my tinfoil hat here. So Nicky Butt has been signed up to new social media platform Peak, and Paul Scholes is also in talks with the company. Peak will offer high-profile sports figures the opportunity to post their opinions in return for a share of the profits. So, have they, tinfoil hat on here, have they started saying controversial things in order to increase engagement or increase, I don't know, interest for their opinions, so that when they move over to these platforms, people are actually gonna, I don't know, pay money to hear their opinions or so? I don't know, but I'm starting to think that maybe this has been a bit of a targeted campaign against these players, because they know that they need to create more interest so then they can improve their deal with this Peak app, maybe. I could see Nicky Butt doing it. I don't want to believe Scholes would do that. I'm not gonna lie. Ethan. They just seem like people who are unhappy with their lives. And if you're unhappy with your life, then you're gonna not give a shiz about all of this stuff when it comes to treating players a certain way and everything. And yeah, it's just a shame. It's just a shame for them. The Manchester United squad have expressed frustration within the dressing room that ex-players and pundits seem to kick the club when they are down to draw attention to themselves. While they accept constructive criticism, there's concern that it is becoming personal. Yep, I mean, we've passed the line of personal when they're just making height jokes and stuff like that. I mean, they're from the same family. It's like they're older siblings and they're bullying their younger siblings. It's low-hanging fruit, isn't it? Despite Nicky Butt's claim that Lisandro Martinez got so emotional over their comments, insiders have pointed out that he responded calmly to a question put to him in the mixed zone after Saturday's game. So yeah, I mean, they're trying to frame it like Lisandro Martinez is getting all emotional and he can't take criticism, when in reality it's kind of like Nicky Butt has got emotional and over the fact that people are saying he can't take criticism. United is still considering the possibility of strengthening midfield this month, but it's unlikely the club will turn to Neves or Loftus-Cheek. I'm surprised we're not going for Neves, given the fact that he is Premier League proven. He does have quality. Yeah, I don't think that would be a bad signing. Lisandro Martinez. So this is how it always should be. A wholesome message from Leacher after our number 6 was wished a happy birthday by his teammates and staff at Carrington. Let's see if we can hear what he said. We can read the subtitles maybe. We'll mute it for copyright. Thank you for this amazing celebration. And chef for the cake. I love seeing everyone together. This is how it should be always. My best birthday gift was winning against City. Now we've got to keep humble. This is my second family, and I am proud of that. Thank you. Okay, yeah, big up Martinez. I mean, keeping it short and sweet, but this is how it should always be. Staying together, staying united. Maybe a little pot shot at Nicky Butt and Scholes there. If Zidane called me the greatest midfielder of my generation, I'd be happy. Yeah, but I'm talking about they're happy maybe when they look back on their careers, but I don't know, maybe if you look at their personal lives, they may not be too happy. I mean, I think Paul Scholes has not recently, but maybe in the past year, divorced his wife and stuff like that. And I feel like, I don't know, people who just carry around a lot of negative energy with them tend to do all of these like low hanging fruit shots and stuff like that. Like, you don't need to do it. It's, at the end of the day, it's unnecessary. And yeah, I just think Nicky Butt and Paul Scholes are just unhappy with their lives in general, and that's why they don't care about bringing more negativity to the club. But, you know. Nav is in the chat. How you doing, Nav? Boys! How's it going, man? Kobbie Mainoo has been encouraged by what he has seen and heard from Carrick, and is now happy to stay if he is going to have regular game time. So, yeah, I mean, Kobbie Mainoo definitely set to stay, no loan moves, and hopefully this will put him on a path to stay at the club long term, because the way he performed against City was a man obsessed, or possessed, maybe, it's better to say. I still have a smile. What a good performance can do. I know, man. I know. Literally one good performance changes our mood, but then one bad performance also just puts us in the gutter. If we somehow beat Arsenal as well, I mean, I think the fan base is actually going to melt down on Twitter, like, in a good way. United are monitoring Bellinio, a 17-year-old midfielder at NK Kustoshka, who is eligible for Croatia and Brazil. He's also attracting interest from Arsenal, Dortmund, and Barcelona. So I guess we'll have to wait and see if we can yoink Bellinio. Plans for a protest against the Glazers and Sir Jim Ratcliffe before the next home game against Fulham will go ahead. The 1958 group insists that the protest on February 1st is against the ownership of the club rather than a reaction to events on the pitch. The 1958 spokesman: "This has nothing to do with the team or Carrick in the dugout. This is for the fans being priced out of the game, unnecessary sanctions, and the hard line seemingly taken towards match-going supporters. The protest has always been and will always be against the Glazers' ownership model and their sidekick Ratcliffe propping them up. Fans need to come together to protect our game, protect the future of our game. This has never been about the results on the pitch." I mean, it kind of does have to do with results on. I don't know why that last line is included. Like, it's never been about results on the pitch, but it kind of has been, because I mean, we've underperformed for 13 years, so it is to do with the results on the pitch. If we were winning a Premier League title every season and the Glazers were still taking debt out of the club, then I think these protests wouldn't be as vocal, even though they should be, because I mean, here's bleeding the club dry. But I think it definitely does. I don't know. I just don't get that last sentence. But either way, protest or not, it's like, is it going to do anything? You tell me, you guys. You tell me. Give it to Carrick if we win. I've said it before and will again here. Kobbie Mainoo is not for sale at any price. I do remember you saying that, Ethan. You've been a long time supporter of Kobbie Mainoo. Admin thoughts on United rejecting offer for Ugarte. We're just desperate for midfielders right now. He'll be gone in the summer. He'll be gone. An informed Kobbie Mainoo is better than Anderson, Baleba, and Wharton. I was just mentioning that, Nav, because when it comes to the summer, are we going to be in for a Wharton or a Anderson anymore if Kobbie Mainoo keeps putting performances like he did against City? I mean, all we realistically need is a first team CDM to replace Casemiro, and then, I don't know, a bit more cover in the midfield, but we wouldn't need a first team starter necessarily like an Anderson or a Wharton. Thoughts on City's downfall, Admin? I mean, we've broken them. We've broken them is all I can say. They have been utterly physically and mentally destroyed by Manchester United handing them their biggest XG defeat ever. That's what happened. I would take Anderson and Baleba, but is Anderson going to come to sit on the bench? Like, people say this, but like, is Baleba not a 6? Yeah, he is. So I'm saying, like, Baleba will replace Casemiro, but then if we're playing a midfield 3, then that's going to be Baleba, Mainoo, and Fernandes, isn't it? Like, is Anderson going to be happy to be like a squad player or part-time player? We will play Champions League, Admin. We need number, but this is what. But you got to think of it in a way of like, if another team come in for Anderson, like a City or I don't know, Liverpool, Chelsea, whatever, if another team like that come in for him and they say to him, we want to sign you, we will give you more money, and we want you to play consistent first team football, he's gonna go with them. He's gonna go for them instead of us, isn't he? Michael Carrick is at Leigh Sports Village tonight to watch for Manchester United under-21s. Pep Guardiola begging Daddy Sheikh for another £300 million after losing to Man United and Bodo Glimt, despite signing Semenyo. It's not looking good, man. It's not looking good. I did think Pep is there past this season. So you think Pep's going to leave at the end of this season? I wouldn't be surprised if he leaves, to be fair. The only other team Anderson will play every game is Spurs. I don't know, man. I don't know. Theo Walcott to Wayne Rooney. So this was on last night's Champions League stream. How would this Arsenal squad compete against your Man United 2008 squad? Yeah, we'd batter them, says Rooney. And I don't think anyone can argue with that. I don't think anyone can. Manchester United will play in their third kit against Arsenal on Sunday. Lingard, Millie Rock vibes incoming. One thing I will say is if Arsenal get to the Champions League final and they come up against Bayern Munich, who also are favourites to win the Champions League, then the joy on my face if Harry Kane is the one to absolutely bury Arsenal's Champions League hopes. Can you imagine it? Pep is gone. I do. He sucked all the success and resources out of City. Casemiro and Baleba at 6 and Mainoo and Anderson at 8 with Bruno and Mount at 10. What? So you want to play like a Ralph Rangnick? Okay, so you're going Casemiro and Baleba at 6, Mainoo and Anderson at 8 with Bruno and Mount at 10. Oh, are you just saying like as in cover for the positions? I get what you're saying. I mean, again, that would give us like ridiculous squad depth, but I just don't see Mainoo and Anderson being happy with sharing that role, if I'm being honest. 07-08, United beat that Arsenal side 4-0 minimum. I saw reports of Rashford potentially returning. Yeah, nah, Rashford ain't returning, mate. He ain't coming back. Shea Lacey is training with the first team again this morning. Good to hear. No Joshua Zirkzee or Mattis de Ligt in United training. So, I mean, we need to face the facts, guys. De Ligt has been injured for like 2 months now. Like, this isn't normal. I know it's a back injury, so it is pretty serious. But like, again, I don't want to say, "Oh, I told you so." But like, when we were linked with De Ligt, I said his list. He's got a long list of injury issues. Like, I just didn't think. I thought De Ligt was a solid player, but he seems like one of these players that's plagued with injuries, and we've already got enough of them in our team, especially at centre back. I mean, Maguire gets injured all the time. De Ligt injured all the time. Martinez been out for a long time. Like, we need to sign some centre backs that are going to be consistent. So Harry Maguire was talking about Johnny Evans here, saying that he was the most underrated player he's ever played with. By how many goals do we win against Arsenal, admin? They do defend very well. So Arsenal do defend very well. I say we win like 1-0. I think they're going to struggle to create. Or we win 2-1. I'm going to say 1-0 or 2-1. We got Euro in heaven. Centre-backs are the least of our problem, admin. No. They're kids, man. They're kids. They're not... Like, come on, Nav. They've put in some good performances, but they're going to be inconsistent. We need, like, a proper physical centre-back who you know is going to be consistent the entire season. We need a right-back and 2 CMs. We need a right-back, 2 CMs, and a second striker. But That's 4 players. So that would probably give us an 8 out of 10 window. If we want a 10 out of 10 window, we need a centre back as well. I feel like left back we could bring back Harry Mass now that we're playing this formation. And then you've got Shaw and Amass to share that position. John O'Shea is the most underrated player he's ever played with, by a wide margin. Big up John O'Shea. Lissandro Martinez's goal for Manchester United against Burnley earlier this month should not have been ruled out by referee Stuart Atwell, the Premier League's key match incidents. Panel has said, okay, thanks for telling us now. Great. And then this is the interesting thing that I was mentioning earlier, guys. Manchester United agreed deal with studio giant Lionsgate to create the Crown-style TV series. Show at development stage, but would be based on club's history. United would earn a multi-million-pound sum plus royalties. Now, I would love that. I would genuinely love that, because I think unless you want to watch like really old school documentaries and all of this sort of stuff, or read like, I don't know, massive books, you can't really see how rich United's history is. So I think like a TV series would create so many more Manchester United fans globally, and yeah, I'd love to see that. Hopefully it's not just around like Sir Alex Ferguson time, but before that as well. Do we still go for a backup left winger? I don't think we need a backup left winger personally. Fernandes is the Premier League player of the match week. Big up Fernandes. And I don't know if you saw this, guys, but Ahmad, I mean, Aiden Heaven posted this on, I'm guessing, Snapchat because of that. Ahmad walking around Carrington looking like this. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if there's some family issues. I don't know if... Well, I'd bet that he's lost a bet, but I think that is ridiculous, man. Like, what is this drip? By a wide margin and left back. Hello, Mackenzie Reeve. How you doing, man? What do we rate this drip out of 10, guys? I feel like he should have been going to the club with like clavicular and that lot, wearing something like this. I think he would have fit right in. Patrick Dorgu looking sharp in a private training session. Let's have a look at this. Man, that guy can actually shoot. Yeah, mate. I think Patrick Dorgu has been misprofiled. I think he's definitely been misprofiled. This guy's a winger. Wow. He can already shoot better than Diogo Dalot, and Diogo Dalot has been spending years trying to perfect his long shot. Crazy. Disco fit. Okay, let's see what we've got. We've got a couple more stories and then we'll call it a night there, lads. There's been no contact between United and AC Milan for Ruben Loftus-Cheek. United are willing to spend 20 mil to sign Ruben Neves in January. So why aren't we? What is stopping us if we're willing to spend that? Carrick with quite a hands-on approach.
Johnny Evans, what have you noticed?
And it's very interesting with Michael Carrick.
I wish he just slapped Dalot in the back of the head there.
During his time at the club.
I mean, it doesn't take much for the media to bounce on the...
Led a lot of the sessions.
Just realised it's Sky Sports, so I'll probably get copyrighted, but let's see what's going on here.
Just around the training ground, everything feels
Jay Lacey getting trapped in a rondo.
Say is fair. I mean, when we arrived, the players came out.
Low blowing his nose, great. That's what you tuned in for, guys. RLC on loan, right? I'm not taking it. I'm not taking it personally because I think he's quite injury prone, isn't he? I wouldn't. I guess he'd bring some physicality to the side, but at the same time, I'm not excited by Loftus-Cheek. The red logo will appear on the front of United's shirt during the match against Brentford on April 25th to support the global fight against health injustice. I don't know what that means, but it's a good cause, I hope. So yeah, big up health injustice. Very injury prone. Yeah, I'm not going for Loftus-Cheek. And Buemo's reaction after being shown a picture of himself from 2016 when he was 16 years old. I had hair. Well, I mean, not gonna lie, and Buemo, hair or no hair, the guy's a stunner, mate. Have you seen those freckles? Manchester United are planning talks with Bruno Fernandes about his future ahead of a World Cup, with club bosses poised to tell the midfielder they want to keep him at Old Trafford for at least one more year. United, according to sources, will ask for an indication before the World Cup from Fernandes and his representatives about where he sees his future. It's funny how they all come crawling back, right? I mean, Fernandes does that interview with Portuguese television saying that nobody really cared if he stayed or not, and then now Fernandes is being chased, saying that they want to keep him for at least one more year. Crazy. He says that like he doesn't choose to be bold. I think he doesn't choose. I think Mbeumo lost his hair, didn't he? No, to Ruben Loftus-Cheek, I don't trust people with 3 names. I don't trust people with 2 first names. That's my motto, Ethan. And finally, Chelsea are close to finalising a deal to sign Yissa Alou, but United remain in talks after having a bid rejected in December. A package including significant add-ons could significantly surpass £1 million. So yeah, watch out for Yissa Alou. But that is all for tonight. He chooses bold like Mateta. Who else chose to be bold? Wasn't it Pepe? Pepe was the famous one. No, you can still see his hairline in some pics. We'll have to dig into that. Maybe that'll be a special stream just digging into, is Brian and Mbeumo actually bold? We ask for questions that really matter at the home of Honestly Biased Sports content, Old Truthford. But folks, if you haven't already, drop a like on the video, subscribe if you are new. We will call it a night there. Special shout out to the members. Special shout out to Mr. Kieferbix, Mr. Ethan Johnson, Nick, the Dutch Destroyer, and Mr. Matty Scott. But for now, Godspeed.